Scene opens with dramatic, fast-paced cuts of Roman legions marching, the Colosseum in its glory, and then suddenly to ruins and flames. Epic, cinematic music swells, and then cuts abruptly. They built cities that touched the heavens and roads that connected the world. They were masters of war, law, and engineering. For 1,000 years, the Roman Empire was the center of the universe. But how could a civilization that defined an era that seemed invincible simply vanish? What if I told you the seeds of its destruction were sown at the very height of its power? In the next few minutes, we're going to journey back in time. We won't just skim the surface of dates and battles. We will uncover the hidden cracks in Rome's foundation, from the political assassinations that destabilized its court to the economic time bomb ticking beneath its gilded surface. We will explore how an empire that conquered the world ultimately failed to conquer itself. Stick with me, and you'll see the story of Rome in a way you've never seen it before. Our story begins not with a whimper, but with a bang and a man named Julius Caesar. By the 1st century BC, the Roman Republic was a sprawling, chaotic power. It had grown too big, too fast. The old systems were breaking down, and the Republic was plagued by civil wars, corruption, and social unrest. Caesar, a brilliant general and a masterful politician, saw this chaos as an opportunity. After conquering Gaul and amassing immense wealth and loyalty from his legions, he famously crossed the Rubicon River, plunging Rome into another bloody civil war. He emerged as the undisputed master of Rome, a dictator in all but name. He reformed the calendar, rebuilt cities, and centralized power, but his ambition was a threat to the old guard. In 44 BC, he was assassinated on the floor of the Senate, stabbed 23 times by men who claimed to be saving the Republic. They were wrong. His death didn't save the Republic, it sealed its fate, paving the way for his adopted son, Octavian, to become Augustus, the first Roman emperor. The Roman Empire was born. Under a series of powerful emperors, Rome entered the Pax Romana to centuries of unprecedented peace and prosperity. The empire stretched from the cold shores of Britain to the sun-scorched deserts of Mesopotamia. The Colosseum echoed with the roar of crowds. Aqueducts carried fresh water for hundreds of miles. And Roman law became the bedrock of Western justice. Legions, the most disciplined fighting force the world had ever seen, patrolled the frontiers, keeping barbarians at bay. From the outside, Rome was an unbreachable fortress of culture and might. But inside, the fortress was beginning to rot. The constant need for expansion to fuel the economy, the reliance on slave labor which stifled innovation, and the sheer cost of maintaining a massive army began to take their toll. The rich grew fabulously wealthy, while the masses were kept content with bread and circuses. The political stability was a mirage. The transfer of power from one emperor to the next was often a bloody affair, decided by assassination or civil war. The first major crack appeared in the 3rd century AD, a period known as the crisis of the 3rd century. The empire nearly tore itself apart. It was plagued by constant civil war. With over 20 different emperors in just 50 years, barbarian invasions hammered the frontiers. The economy collapsed under hyperinflation, and a devastating plague swept through the population, killing millions. Emperors like Diocletian and Constantine desperately tried to hold the pieces together. Diocletian split the empire into two halves, east and west, simply to make it governable. Constantine legalized Christianity and moved the capital to a new city he named Constantinople. These were not signs of strength, but desperate measures to save a dying patient. The Western Empire, in particular, was on life support. Its economy was shattered, its cities were shrinking, and its armies were increasingly filled with barbarian mercenaries who had little loyalty to Rome. The end came not in a single, cataclysmic event, but as a slow, agonizing collapse. In 410 AD, the unthinkable happened. The city of Rome itself was sacked by the Visigoths. For the first time in 800 years, the Eternal City fell to a foreign enemy. The shockwave reverberated across the empire. It was a psychological blow from which the West would never recover. More waves of invaders, the Vandals, the Huns under Attila poured across the frontiers. The final, symbolic moment came in 476 AD, when the last Western Roman emperor, a young boy ironically named Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. The Western Roman Empire was no more. It had dissolved into a patchwork of barbarian kingdoms. So, the greatest empire in history wasn't felled by a single enemy. It was consumed from within. Political instability, economic decay, overexpansion, and endless internal conflict created a hollow shell. The barbarian invasions were not the cause of the fall. They were merely the final push that toppled a structure that was already crumbling. The story of Rome is a powerful warning. No empire, no matter how mighty, is eternal. Its legacy, however, is everywhere in our languages, our laws, our architecture, and our governments. The ghost of Rome still walks among us. If you want to uncover more hidden stories from history that shaped our world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next.